Hello world, I am me, and those are the voyages of the USS AgitatedCrane. I did some inventory shuffling. Surprisingly, the shield I picked up is not that much better than the one I currently had. I had previously, I guess, not currently. It is an upgrade, but it's not like crazy upgrade. I also gave my Vulcan double pistols because I felt like he's the cowboy character of the group. And skill-wise, I did invest in improved impulse expertise, so that should be fun. So let's continue with the missions, right? This task force operation, I believe we are going to skip.
We have a large number of operations going on in various parts of the galaxy, and we're constantly in need of ships and crew to work at these joint efforts. We've learned of a remote system where elements of the old Romulan Star Empire are trying to take over an asteroid mining facility. Nobody wants to see that happen, so there's a joint operation underway to stop them. Sign on to the task force operation for the Romulan Imperial minefield and see if you can lend a hand.
I will accept it, but we will be just skipping it because that's it is another one of these that I believe will just like, I don't think they are tuned properly. And Galaxy at Large is the actual mission that we will be doing.
You've done well, and while there are still issues at the Klingon front, it's time to move to a bigger picture. Come see me at Earth Space Dock for new information.
And actually it's just a breadcrumb quest, so okay. Set course. How far away are we? Okay, not that far away. I was considering teleporting there, transwarping, but it's actually like, I think it's a waste to put it on cooldown. So now, yeah, this should have been the time when I look at the stuff that I actually did. I am still annoyed with this, that I did not receive duty officers. I wonder maybe if I go to like maybe if I go to the duty officer store, I guess, in the academy, maybe they will give them to me. But no, I should have just received them, so it is a bug. It was the same with Victory's Life expansion, where you were playing the Dominion character. There you also did not get the duty officers, or no, you actually got them, but you got them for the wrong side. So if you joined Federation, you got Klingon duty officers, and if you joined what do you call it, Klingon Defense Force, you would get Federation officers. But if we look at mail, not at the mail of my like fleet, but this, I actually have some of them. Are they from? They are from Federation, right? So I think I can actually get those, hopefully. Yeah, because this was mine Dominion character, and he got wrong duty officers, so I eventually got the right ones as well, but I was stuck with those in my rooster, so I just sent them to like my other characters. The white ones I just donated to the fleet, and the green ones I can claim on this character, for example, and they are actually who? There are some Andorians. Well, it doesn't matter for duty officers, because duty officers you cannot control. You will be eventually getting like crazy duty officer species, so it doesn't matter. So I will just take those, so I can have at the very least those 5. So hopefully I can show you how the duty system works. Can we speed this up? Well, this is Vulcan, right? So yeah, we are fairly close. If my memory serves me correct, the first flight in like this universe was made by I want to say Zephyrim Cochrane, and so I think his vessel was only warp 1 speed, but he flew, I think, from Earth to Vulcan or something silly like that. Or maybe Vulcans just noticed that in the neighborhood someone is able to fly at warp speed. Anyway, we have arrived to Earth system, to Sol. And here we are. Let's get closer to the space station, so we can dock. And now let's go to the Admiral, who is somewhere here. I believe this is male. Is it male? No, this is Bank, so the other side is male, hopefully. Because I do need to check the mail, because I want to take those items. Great. So now I have at the very least some duty officers. Alright. So now I cannot do shit with them. No, I actually can do this one assignment. Perfect. So, duty officer system. You have a rooster. Currently I have 5, but you can have, I think, up to 100 right now, but later you can actually purchase upgrades for real monies, even though you can earn it in game. And I think you can increase it to 250 or something like that, so quite a lot of space to grow. And duty officers are basically like your crew that you can send on a missions. The missions are sort of Facebook style missions, right? It's not something crazy that you have much of the control over. It's something like this. So you will just plan it, you have success chances, and you just begin the assignment, and in 2 hours it will complete and you will get some rewards for that. Not a bunch, but with like 100 people running missions you will eventually get some serious stuff, right? Now those duty officers, you can also slot them as active officers. I think it's something like 5 for space and 5 for ground. Yeah, that is the case. And they will actually improve some of your abilities. It seems like all of them are actually research lab scientists. Why is that? Who knows? Yeah, I think those are like crafting duty officers that I received that were for the wrong factions. Okay, so those are best suited for crafting, so that's not unlocked yet. We need more levels. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Can we do something else? No, I don't think we can. Maybe in science. Oh, we can do something in science. Now, what would be profitable? I guess this rare assignment, and I will send everyone there for 6 hours. Okay, perfect. And let's go to the to our friend Admiral. The galaxy at large.
You've done excellent work so far, so I want to expand the range of your mission profiles. There are trouble spots all over the galaxy. A good Starfleet captain never shies from engaging with trouble and trying to solve problems. Within the bounds of the Prime Directive, of course.
Of course.
You'll find patrols at systems scattered all across the quadrant, where enemy ships or local problems need help. We also have trouble spots in other parts of the galaxy, such as Nimbus 3, Drozana Station, and the Defera system. Check into these kinds of trouble spots, as time permits.
Alright. So... that actually completed the mission. Now... Nimbus 3... Huh. So Nimbus 3 is actually one of my favorite questing in this game, and as time permits, so it's not on the like mission roster, it seems, which okay. So people will be missing that, I guess. Or maybe is it in the available? Oh, it is in the available missions. Okay. Okay. That's not as bad. All right. But this is weird. Like I want to continue with missions, but I see in the available like the once and future agent, for example.
Greetings. My name is Philip Cray. I'm a temporal agent working to preserve this timeline. You've been identified as a capable and savvy officer, just the sort of person we need for a sensitive mission. Due to the nature of this mission, I'd rather not discuss it over a subspace transmission. Would you mind speaking with me in person at Earth Space Dock? I'll be waiting for you just outside Admiral Quinn's office.
So this is strange, right? Because the only missions I remember with temporal agency are actually like full-fledged missions, which should be here, I think, in Yesterday War or Future Proof. But I think, yeah, like in here, Yesterday's War. So this is strange for me. Like I actually here in Solana Dyson Sphere, I see those circles within circles, and all the way to, I think, like Omega Standoff. No, even to the step between stars. Those missions are like stupid missions that you do not want to complete. Like, no, you do want to complete them, but it's like they are not episodes like the missions that we played before. It's just like go there, do this activity. It's like tutorial missions. So it would make sense for me to remove those missions from episodes, but stuff like Nimbus and Temporal Agency, that doesn't make sense for me.
Thank you for coming. We've been contacted by Daniels, one of our agents from the 31st century. It's his job to monitor the timeline for problems and to restore order in the case of any temporal disruptions. There's been an incursion in the 23rd century, and Daniels would like your help in dealing with it. If you're willing to meet with him, he can explain the situation in more detail.
Very well. Show me the way.
Thank you for coming. My name is Daniels. In case you're wondering, this is a temporal observatory. From here, I can monitor the time stream against any incursions. We've become aware of several temporal incidents led by rogue Nakul agents. They've been using a new form of time travel that we can't detect. We were unaware of their activities until we started noticing changes in the time stream. The latest of these changes happened in the 23rd century, at the Galorndon core system. We believe the Nakul are involved, along with a planet killer, a doomsday machine. If that's the case, we need to stop them, at all costs. I know I can count on you to go back in time with me and preserve the timeline.
Alright. So that is completed. And then what? Does it unlock a mission here? No. This does not make sense at all. And Cold War is also great episodic content. Lost Dominion, Spectres, that is all great, but it should be in the episodes. Yet it is not. This is stupid. Yeah, for real, this is stupid. Anyway, it looks like Daniels just let us know that there will be stuff, but he actually did not give us the mission. Cat, please, cat. Okay, let's head out to Romulan mystery. Devastated and broken, the Romulans are united now only by their quest for revenge for a lost world. Their Empress seeks allies and technology from the distant Delta Quadrant, but even that may not be enough to restore her shattered people to their former glory. So, if you are not aware, Cat, you are being silly. There is not enough space for you. So if you are not aware, the rebooted movie, with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto, where Emperor Nero, was it? Or was he not an emperor? Was he just some minor named Nero? He traveled back in time to prevent destruction of Romulan, right? So that's where Kelvin timeline splintered off, and that's where the current movie series is taking place. But in the actual timeline of Star Trek and where this game is taking place, Romulan was actually destroyed. Or is it Romulan or Romulus? I think it's Romulus. It was destroyed, so now Romulans are homeless, but they are still a force to be reckoned with.
Pick up Damar Khan on Starbase 114 and bring him to Starbase 39 Sierra. Starbase 114 is located in the Celis system in the Beta Quadrant.
Alright, we shall do that. And now my cat is sitting on the mouse. Perfect. Yes, you are cute. Alright, let's pick up Damar Kane, whoever this is. I thought I will be picking him up somewhere
Admiral
else.
told me that you would be available to take me to Starbase 39 Sierra.
Oh,
From there, I'm going to the Hobus system. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about that area. Fascinating place. I've made it my life's work. This life, anyway.
I think it's a new character. He was not present in previous iteration of the mission. And I actually thought that I will be going to the Starbase Sierra, picking him up there, and then moving him somewhere else. This life? Wait, what? Oh, right, you are Betazate, right? With, how do you call it? The symbiote that was bounded to another human previously.
I am a Trill.
Oh,
Some
Trill,
among my
not
people
Betazate.
are lucky enough to be joined with a symbiotic life form. We share our bodies with them, and in return they share lifetimes of knowledge and memories with us. I am Khan's 7th host, and most of us have been scientists. My predecessor, Lenara Khan, was working to create artificial wormholes. I studied the effects of supernova.
Betazates or Betazoids, I'm not entirely sure about pronunciation. I think those are the empaths that Diana Troy was, right? Or am I getting that wrong? You may complain in the comments.
Goodbye.
Tell me about Hobus system.
In 2387, the star in the Hobus system went supernova. The resulting explosion devastated the planets in the system, of course. But then it created a chain reaction that cut a path of destruction more than 500 light years long. More than a dozen systems were affected by the Hobus event. Most notably, the Romulus system. Both Romulus and Remus were destroyed. Billions lost their lives. The thing is, an M-class planet like Romulus should have been protected by its stellar magnetosphere and its planetary magnetic field. They act like shields to protect the planet from radiation, and a supernova blast is highly energetic radiation. If the supernova is large enough, it will overwhelm those defenses, but the Romulans should have had decades to prepare for the wave's arrival. As it was, they only had hours. Goodbye.
Didn't Starfleet try to help the Romulans?
Ambassador Spock attempted to organize an evacuation, but the Romulan Senate refused. I guess they thought they had more time. That was a horrible time. Ambassador Spock had a plan to stop the wave, but after the destruction, a Romulan named Nero blamed him. Nero had a ship of awesome power. We still don't know everything about the Narada, but we think the Romulans used Borg technology to create it. Nero destroyed dozens of our ships, and even attacked a Klingon fleet led by General Worf. I hear Worf barely survived. Ultimately, Nero confronted Spock in the Hobus system. Spock managed to use red matter to create an artificial singularity to contain the worst of the supernova's blast, but both he and Nero were lost.
And this is where Kelvin timeline happens, because they actually go back in time to I guess shortly after where I was taken from, like my character, and there they attack like USS Kelvin ship. That's why it's called Kelvin timeline, I guess. And yeah, watch the movies. They are good movies. Not Into the Darkness, but the first one and Star Trek Beyond I actually enjoyed quite a lot, so do check them out.
Goodbye.
What is the current Romulan political situation? Because that is of course the question that is on my mind.
In a word, troubled. Sela rules what remains of the Star Empire, and isn't shy about using the Tal Shiar and the military to bring systems back into the fold. Meanwhile, Ditan and his unificationists have formed the Romulan Republic. The Federation and the Klingons recently recognized them at Kittimer, while Empress Sela and her allies expressed their disapproval violently. Tensions remain high.
This is in reference to Romulan starting experience in the game, I guess. So what basically happens, this Detan person is following teachings of Spock. So he's like he's less aggressive Romulan, right? So he formed Romulan Republic, and Sela and her spy Tal Shiar do not agree with that, so they tried to interfere, and when in Kittimer, it's like the Geneva, I guess, of Star Trek, there were a bunch of treaties signed there, I think, if I remember correctly. So that's where Federation and Klingon Defense Force agrees that okay, there is now a Romulan Republic, but there is like a terrorist attack which gets handled, and then Romulan players have choice between joining not joining, I wouldn't say it's joining, but it's like they can either ally themselves with Federation, with United, with Starfleet, or with Klingons, and that's I don't like that personally, because I feel it dilutes the faction, and actually Romulan faction is very strong, unlike Dominion that was introduced recently. They have a bunch of ships, they have their own locations, so I see no reason for them to be allied to someone else. But oh well.
The Remans have formed a resistance movement in response to Imperial persecution. There's a lot of bad blood between Remans and Romulans that could end rather poorly. Even more troubling are reports concerning Taurus, the former Imperial Praetor. She was ousted from power by Sela, and rumor has it she's seeking powerful allies from both within the Empire and without. Sela made a lot of enemies over the years. This could be their chance to settle old scores. Goodbye.
Are you ready to go?
Packed and ready. The USS Tucker is waiting for me at the starbase. They'll be taking me to the Hoba system. Maybe this time we'll find the clues we need to solve this mystery. Goodbye.
Alright. So warp to sector space. Blink. And let's make our way to Starbase 39 Sierra. Through the sun, I guess. Ah, no.
The Romulans were once a passionate, vibrant species, but the loss of their homeworld has left them in ashes. The survivors of the cataclysm have gathered under the banner of Empress Sela. She has sought out new allies from the Delta Quadrant in an attempt to rebuild the Romulans' former might. And now, she seeks revenge for a lost world and a broken people.
Just looking at the abilities, I'm surprised that I have so few of them. More information from Spock, that is great. And what I wanted to say before he was interrupting us, I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, that I was playing the entire day today. Like, I did have breaks to eat and to, like, you know. But still, the entire day, and I only finished like this one chapter of the game, which is quite interesting because usually it doesn't take that long. It's because I'm reading everything and listening to everyone, so I guess that is why. And this task force operations, this is not needed here. I guess this is to promote task forces, but yeah, especially since it's not working. Not a fan of this redesign of the mission journal. I would have much rather have seen Bryn, Dominion stuff, and what else? Nimbus, even Dafera would have been fine. This system is home to Starbase 39 Sierra, the closest Federation outpost to the edge of the Romulan neutral zone and the headquarters for Starfleet's Romulan task force. The Starbase was the base for rescue and relief efforts after the destruction of Romulus, and Admiral Tenae keeps a close eye on the many starships traveling through this sector. The planet that the Starbase orbits was heavily mined in the 22nd century by the Romulans. It is believed that the miners hid hidden pockets of deuterium, causing an explosion that split the world in two. Oh! Surprisingly, I never noticed that the planet is actually split in two. Cool. Beam down.
Thank you for your assistance. Is there anything else you want to know?
Are you scared to go into Romulan space?
Never! The crew of the Tucker can handle anything the Romulans can throw at us. Besides, you can only learn so much from sensors and probes. To really understand the Hobus system, we need to be there.
What else can you tell me about Romulan space?
The Romulans are touchy. Watch what you say or you'll be in for a fight. The Remans don't even bother talking before they fire, so I think they're more dangerous than the Romulans. Sila's found some new allies too. They're from the Delta Quadrant, but I don't know much about them.
Everyone is flying in that new ship. What should I do now?
Wish me luck! Oh, and I'd check in with Admiral Tenae before you leave. She might have new orders for you.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So that was introduction to Romulan space, and the next mission will be Empress Sila. I think it worked out well. I did a bunch of short missions, so that's great. In the available missions, yeah, I still have no idea what that was with Daniels. I think he should have given us another mission, but he didn't. There was nothing else unlocked here, so that's... I think this is the mission that was supposed to be unlocked, the core of the matter. But yeah, this is disaster, I would say. Anyway, those were the voyages of the Agitated Crane. If you enjoyed the episode, leave a like, write a comment if you have any feedback, subscribe to the channel to keep notified about my latest videos. That's a nice ship. That is so nice. Share the channel with your friends. I'm sure they will find something that will be interesting to them. And if not, they will laugh at you, just like they laugh at me. Anyway, goodbye.